Hello and welcome to JDS episode 2.
Número 2.
I'm joined here today again by my brother Joel. Joel, how are we?
Good, man. Good win yesterday.
Yeah, it was good.
On top of the world. Game 3, can't wait.
Obviously episode 1, I think we had a lot of support from our following and stuff, and I think it did pretty well.
It was more of a success than I thought it would be.
Yeah, definitely. You know, people were saying, like, people were getting a lot of good feedback. I know a fan favourite is You Just Made the List. That seems to be really popular. But, the feedback was pretty good. And, looking forward to the next.
And we appreciate the feedback as well.
We
Keep
do
giving
as
it
well.
to us. Keep giving it to us. We're growing, baby. Shout out to Stephen on winning the cash too.
Yeah, Stephen winning the cash as well.
Get it soon. He's getting it now.
Yeah. He's fine with it. Okay, so what are we talking about today, Joel?
Well, today's agenda, we got the 10 for 10, another popular segment. And then we got the You Just Made the List. See who made the list for both of us.
Today, can I just say, today's You Just Made the List is probably going to be, even if we film 100 episodes of this, mine will be one of the best of all time.
Okay.
It is an unbelievable story.
And then we've got we put a thing on our story about creating a spine, an NRL spine made up of NBA players. So we're going to have that as well.
And we're going to hear from you as well.
We've got a couple of responses. And then to finish off, we've got a new segment, Key Moments. Rattle the keys. Yeah. Like an eye-catching moment, as you see on the Matty John show. It's like an eye-catcher, but our little twist. So should we kick off with the 10 to 10?
Let's go.
Right now?
Yeah, let's go for 10 for 10.
All right. Yeah,
okay.
All right.
You go first. We got 5 each this week. We don't know what each other's are. So it's going to be a bit of a spontaneous answer.
So do you want to start at 30-second mark?
Yeah. No, we'll just go now. Ready?
You got to time it, though.
It's the time's there, mate.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Joel, you go first. Go.
Okay, hit me with the buzzer. First one, Drake's new album, Honestly Nevermind. Honestly Nevermind. I was expecting a lot more.
A lot of people don't rate it.
But, the rumors are true. Like, it's true. You listen to it once. I was listening to the first time, and I'm like...
You said to me, Daniel, don't even bother.
Don't even bother. But then you listen to it for a 7th time, and it's like, hold on here.
Yeah,
there's a couple good songs in here.
Like, it's obviously house music, and then there's that one track on the end,
which is what people were expecting at the
whole thing to be
Jimmy Cook's, whatever it's called.
That one's all right, but then like this, you see those comparisons, like that song, the one everyone likes. I think it's called Massive.
Yeah,
like that it should be in like Rocket League, like the Rocket League music and stuff like that.
There's a lot of memes going around.
But that songs like that, people are like, oh, we don't rate it now, but when summer comes around, that's all you're going to hear.
Exactly right.
But we'll just see how that turns out, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2.
Keep it a minute.
Recently in the news, Kyrie Irving.
Oh, you're going,
right?
Okay.
Yeah. Kyrie Irving. Where do you think he's going to land? Do you think he's going to stay in Brooklyn, or do you think he's going to make a move?
I think he's definitely leaving. I'd love for him to come to LA.
Yeah,
Lakers, baby.
I feel like this is the same thing every year. The Lakers fans love the big game.
If we manage to keep AD as well, and we line up with Kyrie, LeBron, and AD.
Where's Westbrook?
6 man. He can stay. Oh, we'll get rid of him for Kyrie, whatever. Do whatever you can to get Kyrie Irving. You saw what he did with LeBron in Cleveland with probably a worse roster than what he could potentially have in LA. And,
the one that won the championship
was
worse than LA's roster.
Yes.
Disagree with that.
Potentially,
anyway.
if Kyrie's on it. Potentially.
I'd love to see him on the Clippers, to be honest.
Yeah, I could say that.
Interesting.
I could say that.
And I think going to the Lakers will just be the same thing. Get a big name, still be dog shit.
I don't know how those personalities would mix, though, with the Clippers.
It's more so the Lakers.
There you go. Daniel, international footy over the weekend, rep footy, Lebanon, everyone's playing. Give me an early Rugby League World Cup winner prediction.
I think New Zealand are very, very strong.
Is it just me, or do you want to see Australia lose as well?
Yeah, it's the same shit every time. Obviously, we're going for Lebanon. But
clearly the Cedars.
But I think New Zealand have a genuine chance. Their spine, they've got Hughes, Brown, Manu had an explosive game on the weekend too, 400 metres or something.
Unbelievable.
And then they've got
record-breaking.
Hectic Cheese at the hooker as well.
Yeah, it's a great squad. I'd love to see New Zealand win. I'm sick of Australia winning, even though they haven't won in recent year. I don't think they...
Australia have won every World Cup.
Yeah, it's just boring. Yeah, and I think the atmosphere on the weekend was unreal. That Tongan game, wow.
Yeah, to go back to New Zealand as well.
Chills, literal chills.
Excellent option.
Bring the trophy home, boys.
Okay, Joel, over to me. I don't know if you've seen lately, there's a lettuce shortage in Australia. So fast food restaurants are doing a lettuce cabbage blend, right, on burgers.
Blend, not just
So
lettuce.
it's lettuce and cabbage on the burger. Yep. What have you tried it? What are your thoughts on it?
I haven't.
You haven't had a fast food burger with lettuce on it. Everywhere is doing it. Personally, I've had the Zinger burger, right, and they're doing it on it.
Oh, so you had it with the cabbage and it was good.
Yeah, well, it's a mix of lettuce and cabbage. I feel like it's like if it's cheaper for them, I think they'll stick to it because the cabbage just adds a bit of crunch, you know? And I think there's generally good feedback on it because you can't really notice the difference. But you can ask for just lettuce if you don't like cabbage, but it's got no taste.
I don't know. I'll have to try one. And you've been raving about the Zinger all week, so
it's sensational.
Might have to go lose my Zinger virginity. Get a Zinger now. Get a Zinger.
Yeah. Well, I think it's if it's cheaper, just stick with it.
Next topic, Daniel. Origin game 2 last night. Do you think, due to Queensland's atrocious performance, do you think Slater has to make the same rate of changes Freddie did?
I wouldn't say it has to be the same rate because Freddie made quite a few, but I think, what's the Cowboys winger? I don't think he'll get called back.
Taulagi.
He was abysmal. And Cobbo was quiet too. Yeah,
the back five for the Maroons did not stand a chance against the Blues back five last night. Toto, Tupou, too good. I can't really see anyone else coming in, maybe besides they put the hammer on the wing instead of Taulagi. He just looked lost out there. He didn't look fit for the Origin arena.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. But I think Slater will be confident in his team for game 3 after their performance in game 1. But Taulagi, I think, is if anyone's to be cut, it's going to be him. Hopefully they can get Ruben Cotter back as well.
Cotter could be fighting to be fit as well, yep.
My next topic, Joel. Now, the other week I was watching TV during the day and I was a bit bored. I turned on WWE SmackDown, right? And we used to watch WWE, and I remember WrestleMania 31. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
That was 8 years ago.
Wow,
I turn on the end of this SmackDown. I'm like, I wonder who's on the top now. It's still the same two people.
What WrestleMania is it?
I think the last one was 38.
SmackDown.
This was
Okay.
So if they've still got the same people, what's going? Like, do you think that the fans are like? Surely the fans are getting bored if the same rivalry's been happening for 8 years.
I don't understand why they're still in it. Surely they've got better things.
Surely there's got new people in the last 8 years. That just means since we last watched it.
No one's becoming good enough. There's no next Cena. There's no next Reigns. No next Seth Rollins. We're talking about goats here. You can't breed. You can't just make goats. All right, next topic, Daniel. This is a story I've come across over the week. A woman gave birth at a Brazil stadium during a Metallica concert. It's a Metallica baby. Can I play the song? That they were playing? Okay. So this is the song that was playing when this woman was giving birth at a Metallica concert. I think it's just crazy to do it on Apple. For someone to be giving birth. Is it on? This is the song someone was listening to while giving birth to a child.
It's a bit intimidating, isn't it?
It's like a full storyline. I couldn't believe it. Keep going.
At the concert as well.
At the concert, it's a Metallica baby. It's like a full Imagine giving birth to this and rocking on while something's coming out your, you know what? Jesus.
That's the minute though.
Yeah.
Joel, moving on from my fast food one two takes ago, I want you to give me your top 3 fast food restaurants of all time. You got start from 3.
3, I'd probably go a Porto's maybe.
Yep.
A Porto's, I'd go number 3. You know, you can always fall back on it if there's no Macca's or whatever around. Bit of chicken.
Yeah.
Yum. 2, I'll go KFC. Even though
when have you ever eaten
I can't
KFC?
Really think of another restaurant. But number 1, the best of all time has to be Macca's. You can't go wrong with Macca's. Seriously.
For me, my third would probably be... does a kebab shop count?
No.
Okay. For third, I'll say... I love a bit of Mad Max.
Interesting.
Mad Max is pretty good when you feel like it.
Interesting.
Number two, I'll say Oporto.
Yes.
And then number one is McDonald's. I know I've been...
Hey.
McDonald's, just nothing beats it.
Well, Daniel, when I was talking about that woman giving birth at the Brazil stadium, the song was actually called Enter Sandman.
Yeah.
So the baby was coming out as Enter Sandman was playing. So you could say Sandman, the villain, was entering as the baby.
So the Sandman was born.
So in the Sandman theme, top 3 greatest superhero villains of all time.
Okay, number 3, I'll say you can't go. The Joker's got to be in there.
Yeah,
the Joker is a classic. I'll put the Joker number 3, and I'm doing this based on the movies I've liked.
Yeah.
Number 2, I'll say. I mean, the 2 Avengers movies with Thanos in them were just...
Thanos has to be in there.
They were... There's a reason they're that big. And
multiple reasons.
Number 1, I'm going to say Green Goblin.
Yeah, I was going to say the same. I'd go Green Goblin 1, Thanos 2, Doc Ock 3.
Doc Ock is an honorable mention for mine.
Underrated.
It is a classic. Next, and this is the last one.
Last topic.
Last topic in the Ted for Ted. Joel, an Australian teenager has found a way to 3D print a working firearm.
Wow. How?
What I'm asking.
Where is this teenager based?
It's Australia. I don't know.
In Australia?
It's in Australia, yes.
Wow.
What I want to ask you is how do people think of this stuff? Like, what makes him wake up one day and think, "Oh, I've got a 3D printer here. Let me make a gun that actually shoots bullets."
He's obviously got some.
I know. I think
thoughts he wants to do.
Yeah, he's a bit dangerous.
But Daniel, those people just spawn in, mate. That's the universe. They're just throwing spanners in the works.
Yeah, it's just like to add a bit of drama.
Just got to accept it.
But who?
How do you
in
Australia,
that? Like 3D print. You 3D print like toys and stuff. He printed a gun.
There you go.
Anyway,
that's the world we're living in.
That wraps it up for the 10 for 10. And I thought that was pretty good.
That was good.
Some good topics.
So we've got the list now.
Everyone's favourite segment.
Hit him with the mate.
Everyone's favourite. Here we go. Made the list. Joel, can I ask you to go first?
No, you go first.
No, but my story needs to be you need to go first.
No, you go first.
No, you go first.
You go first.
Fine. Okay. Now I'm gonna. There's a title for this. This is on Saturday I went to the races. Right?
That's correct.
And this story was going to be titled "The Fall from Grace." Right? We get to the races. Everyone's feeling good.
Do you want to mention the name?
We're going to have no. Okay. Everyone's feeling good. Everyone's excited. Most of us hadn't been before.
First time on the races.
I want to give a shout out to one of my friends, Nick Shaloub.
Yep.
My Lebanese friend, right? As we actually were betting.
Yep.
And we bet on a horse because the colours were the Lebanon flag. Right?
Wow, ballsy.
And I'm not going to name names here, but there was some comments saying that's a stupid bet. Why would you do that? $18 to win.
Yeah.
And then it's a photo.
Was it $18 to win?
$18 to win. It's a photo finish, and its name was Rebel Shadow.
Yep.
We're waiting at the barrier, and then you just hear, and the winner, Rebel Shadow, and everyone's head drops, and me and Nick just rise. It was amazing. Anyway, it was a great day. Walked up. And then, so we head back to our friend Jacob's, all still in the suits. And the plan, we were ready to go out after.
Yeah.
Right? We were going to make a day out of it.
Tough gig, though, after
Can I
come from
say,
the races.
Here's where I'm going to name drop the person.
Yep.
James Allen. James Allen, you have just made the list, my friend.
Gimme.
No secret as to why.
Oh.
No secret. James Allen, we go to Jacob's, have a couple drinks there. Everyone's feeling a little bit dangerous.
Couple double blacks,
right?
eh?
Yep, everyone's feeling a little bit dangerous. The plan was...
Get a beer up, yeah.
We're going to catch the bus at about 7:30.
At night?
Head to Sidebar, which is where we went there last week. It was because it was Sidebar of the Argyle, and the Argyle, we don't really rate it. I'll get to that later. But one of my good friends, Max, his dad, Simon Pizzanato, shout out to General Baton Concreting, right? He's turning 50.
Sponsor me.
He's turning 50. So they were at the Loft for his 50th. So Max and another friend of mine, Liam, went there, and we were going to meet. They went early because Max needed to go earlier. And then, so we were going to meet them there. This is where the downfall started, courtesy of James Allen. We're on the bus. And James is like, no, I don't want to go to the loft because people were meeting us at Sidebar. He's like, I'll just go to Sidebar now and then you guys can meet me there later. Then we go to the loft. Apparently Max was about to leave. So then we went to Sidebar, right? We were feeling good. We bought these sunglasses. The guy gave us a good deal. Took a picture with the cashier. It was great. It was funny. Get to Sidebar and I see James Allen. He's outside. And he goes, I walked in there because he had a suit on. He had an empty can in his suit pocket. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? He said he got let in and then they patted him down. They found him. They said, get out. And then he goes, he takes his blazer off, puts it on Nick. Nick's wearing two blazers. He looks like the Kingpin from that Spider-Man movie. Right? And then he looks like the Kingpin. And then James swaps shoes with Jacob, thinking that would do something. Can you see
shoes?
Why he's on the list? So James get back in, they think he's a different person.
With his different shoes.
James goes first. We don't even go in the line because we knew it wasn't going to work. James goes ahead first. They scan his ID. We're around the corner. He comes back. James Allen was banned from Sidebar for 10 years.
Are you serious?
A decade. A whole decade.
Look, that's not the worst place to get banned at.
No, but and then so we thought, Jacob's sister Kenzie and her friend Itana were out as well, and they were going to come to Sidebar with us, right?
Yeah.
But then we were like, James just got banned for a decade, right? So then we go. So this is where the night was just. This is the worst night we've ever had out. We go to the Argyle. Keep in mind, this was I reckon we travelled on about 6 light rails. Mm-hmm. From same place
Sidebar
to
Argyle?
No, across the whole night. We get to the Argyle. The line's huge. And then we get told that Kenzie and Itana are in there.
Yeah.
Right? And they message us, they say, just line up in twos because the bouncers are being a bit, how you going? Mm-hmm. Get to the front. No, we go in the line. Here's an honourable mention as well. Ashton Bowie.
There's a lot of honourable mentions.
Me and Nick are in the front of the line, and then Ashton goes, we're like, Ashton, wait back. So we're in twos. And Ashton goes, what difference does it make? You turn around, 12 people are in suits behind us. No one's split up, right? First bad sign. We continue to the line. I go to the front. Bouncer says to me, hey, mate, how you going? I was like, yeah, good. Give him my ID. He goes, where have you been? And I said, a function. There's no shit I've been at the races. Like, come on.
Function.
And then he goes, how many drinks have you had? And I said, none.
You said zero.
I said zero. And keep in mind, at this point, my level of intense, is going down because of the time difference. And then he goes, where have you been? And I said, a function. And I said, it was a wake. Because I think, who's going to get...
Can't lie about that.
Yeah, and then because I thought maybe for a bit of sympathy. And then he goes, how many drinks have you had? And I said, no, zero, I promise. And then he goes...
I promise you're weak.
He said,
you promise?
He said, you're showing signs of intoxication, mate. Try somewhere else. So we don't get let in there.
It's not a bad thing.
This is only the start, Joel. This is the start.
Well, really?
And then we go...
Is this still about James Allen?
This is still about James Allen. So James Allen practically... The night would have been all right if we went to Sidebar, right?
Yeah.
Because we'd gone in. So the reason the night's rolling into shit is because of that action from James. Yes?
Yep.
We continue into... We go back to the loft. Max is still there. We go in. We literally get there. And then as we get there, Max walks out with Liam. Liam gets in a cab. He lives in Bondi. I think he's a bit out of it. He would have paid $150 for that cab. Didn't even realise, right? We're laughing at that. Anyway. Max comes out and we're like, you know what? Let's just go back to Jacob's, get the drinks. And then Sam had a free house. We'll go to Sam's. We get to Sam's, right? And James Allen, he's not there. And we're like, well, where's James? He's ruined the night. Surely he's here with us. He's having the time of his life at Bungalow 8 on Darling Harbour. Doesn't tell anyone he's going.
And he's by himself?
Well, he was with these other people we knew from schoolies, right? So he goes there, and then instead of so he ruined our night. So if he just went there, we could have gone into Sidebar. You know what I mean? So we're sitting on Sam's couch, just ready to go home. While James Allen's having the time of his life. So he ruined our night, and then he had a good night himself while everyone just suffered. And that is why James Allen...
You just made the list!
Abysmal.
Wow.
I knew it was coming.
Wow. I don't know how I'm going to back up from that.
Okay, hit us with yours.
I'm going to go local.
Yeah.
I'm going to go family related.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Wayne Rogers, a.k.a. Uncle Wayne.
You just made the
Saw this coming.
So our Uncle Wayne, Victorian-based, at home by himself because our auntie was here with us, a.k.a. his wife. And he's looking to watch the Origin. Obviously, last night the Origin was in Perth. Yeah. So we all know it.
There's a bit of a time differential.
They're 2 hours behind. And also, State of Origin is only broadcasted on the Nine Network, unfortunately.
Which is general knowledge.
But you can watch our commentary coming out because it's better than whatever they have on Nine with Joey and the bias Cam Smith.
Cam Smith is abysmal.
Anyway, so kickoff's at 7:50, Sydney time, Melbourne time, same thing. And we watched the first half.
Yep.
Good first half, entertaining, tight contest.
Half time.
You actually got the phone call.
I get a phone call from Uncle Wayne, yeah.
Then we got a phone call from Uncle Wayne saying, has the game started yet?
He said, you could talk about this on your podcast. Whose idea was it to start Origin at midnight?
So he didn't think the game had started yet because he was on the Fox Sports waiting for it to be aired.
He was waiting, because Fox Sports
for 40 minutes.
Fox Sports plays it after with their own commentary and stuff.
The replay. So he was waiting for that, which would have been at like 11:30, 12 o'clock. So he has been waiting, sitting on the couch, watching the pre-game show. Again, the repeat of the pre-game show from Fox Sports, from Fox League, and has rang us, said whose idea was that to start it at midnight. So he's been sitting
we
there.
thought he was kidding.
We thought he was joking, but
he's a bit of a jokester. We thought he was kidding.
They say as you grow older, you grow wiser, but in this case, it's not the situation, not the scenario. So Wayne Rogers, that is why
You just made the list.
you just made the list, my friend. Sorry to do it to you.
So yeah, that's the fair. Can I just say that you just made the list segment? The inaugural members, Nathan and Sam. Nathan took it very well, I thought. I don't think Sam was furious he was on the list.
Oh, too bad.
I know, too bad. I thought it was pretty funny. He wasn't happy at all.
Moving on. Another
now.
good segment. We're doing the draft. Drafting our own NRL spine with NBA players. Daniel, do you want to start or do you want to do the followers first?
Let's listen to the followers.
Let's
do our own. Let's do our own.
I think we should do the followers first.
Okay.
And then compare them to ours.
Yeah, go.
All right. So we've obviously had some
submissions
sent in. I'm going to start off with initials AH, Aiden Hardiman's squad.
Yeah.
Aiden Hardiman's squad. Let me get it up for you. Let's just go through it. So we were asking for an NBA player to play fullback, halfback, 5'8", and hooker.
Yeah.
So let's see what he's gone with and compare it to what we're about to say.
Good evening, JDS. After a long review, I've come up with a spine that I believe would win a championship straight away.
Interesting.
At the 1, I'm going with DeJounte Murray.
Oh, I like that pick.
Attack, defense, playmaking, he does it all.
It's biased for myself.
He does it all. And I know Daniel's going to love it. At the 6, swiftly moving on, we've got Luka Doncic. We had to put him in. He's going to do everything. He's going to win the game by himself. He doesn't even really need the other spine players. They're just a bonus. He can do it all.
He can do it all.
His partner in crime, the number 7, however, will be Steph Curry. Thought process behind him was the kicking range, because he's going to be kicking it from the 20 and it's going to be landing on the opposition 20.
You'd hope so.
Underrated playmaker, and we know he can score the ball.
Oh, yes, he can.
We also, at the number 9, have Chris Paul, just a veteran, small. He's going to be pulling the strings, and you know he can do a job in defence as well. There you have it, JDS. Ado's spine on top.
Well, thanks, Aiden, for that. That was pretty good.
It's a strong team, but I think defensively on the edge, having Curry and Doncic could
I think
prove
Curry would
costly.
be a bit small.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
could prove costly. All right, well, that's Doss's. Let's move on to another squad here.
Another submission.
We've got James Darcy's squad.
James Darcy's ready for the draft.
Let me get it up. Here we go.
Hey boys, real big fans. So for the NBA NRL team, I'll start with hooker. So our hooker I've chosen, it's a bit of a toss-up, but I've gone with Chris Paul, you know. I feel like he's like that Cameron Smith type of player. And he knows the rule book inside out, and he uses that to his ability. You know, he's got great vision, sets off for his teammates, pass first type of player. You know, like you couldn't really go with anyone else. Halfback, you know, a bit controversial. Halfback and 5'8", but they link together. So I've gone with Lonzo Ball here.
Lonzo Ball.
No, mate, he's got one of the best vision in the game. Like his hooker, he sets up for his teammates. But he can also go off on a night of his own.
He can. I'm okay with that.
I think with the 5'8", it just joins together, and I'll send it in a different bit.
We've got part two.
Part two, yeah.
All right, I'm back. So with the 5'8", I had to go with Lonzo's younger brother, LaMelo Ball.
Kind of like it.
He's just that all-star player in your team. He creates something out of nothing. Nothing will be on. You give the ball to him, and he'll just do something and create a chance. You know, I just think after receiving good service from his brother, and he's got that connection with him, you know, we've seen it through our Chino Hills, mate, unstoppable. State champs when they were together.
That's true.
He just gives me young Cam Munster vibes, and I know Joel's going to be happy about that.
Yeah.
And then with fullback, I couldn't go past LeBron. You know, he's athletic, he's strong, he's got that structure, body type. He's got vision. You know, he can palm off defenders. He's giving me that Greg Inglis type. So yeah, that's my team, boys. And Joel, have a shave.
Okay,
Head of a razor.
That's not needed, is it?
A bit of a shot at the end.
That's not needed after quite a poor lineup, and he drops that.
Yeah, I mean,
come on.
Who was that? Who was that one?
James Darcy.
James Darcy.
Can I play one more? Yeah, go. I want to play Will Deans's because it's actually funny what he says, because we asked for a fullback, 5'8", half and hooker, but he actually only gave us a hooker.
Oh.
So it's just
see, personally, I believe Steph Curry at hooker.
He's got
would be a great,
idea what he's talking about.
To be honest with you, fantastic possibility, as you know, he's the one of the shortest.
Whole minute about
not
Steph
so much
Curry.
per se in the NBA, and as we know, hookers are generally short. It's a common factor, but also he brings that aspect of hype and I don't know, sort of like a faith to come to the team, really. And
on faith.
The Tigers, that's the jersey he had on. The Tigers. I mean, they kind of need that. Robbie Farrell, he was, he gave a bit of that. I think it's time for someone like Steph Curry to really step in. I think he has his ups and downs.
Interesting. And then he's hit us with this one-liner.
Just to add on that as well is Nick Cesario. He's short. End of story.
What? I don't know, because I think he's referring to Steph Curry being a short hooker. Nick has been a short dummy half, played a bit there in his time.
Come on, guys.
In comparison. All right, well, that was all right. Thanks, guys.
Should we do a ranking?
For ranking,
I think,
okay.
Yeah, Will's number 3.
I think we can agree on Will 3.
Yeah.
Will number 3. I'll go James 2, Aiden first. In
Okay.
7, at least. All right.
Let's get into
go
ours.
yours on one.
Let's do like we did last week with the positions.
Okay.
I'll go first.
Yep.
And I think this is an easy pick. At the number 9, Chris Paul.
Oh, we're starting with the hooker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chris Paul. It's too easy. He's got the vision. He's just I can see him, Chris Paul, Api Coruscant. Same sort of thing.
Easy yet generic.
Yeah, well, who have you gone for?
Don't look at my laptop for a sec. My hooker is the greatest of all time, LeBron James.
LeBron James at hooker.
He's going to run the show for me at a dummy half. I'm relating to, I think he's more of like a Cam Smith, I'm going to go
LeBron James at hooker, Joel.
Big body defensively, talking in that middle third of the field, communicating. He's going to be my skipper. He's going to run the show. I got LeBron James at dummy half, running the show. Athletic, can get down, bang, right, left, whatever you like. Kicking game, mwah.
Okay, let's go into the halfback. At halfback,
my team's different, and it's going to be the best. But go.
I've got LeBron James. What can't he do?
Yeah,
he can do everything, and that's what you need at the halfback. You need someone that can. It's perfect. He's a perfect fit, and that's all I've got to say about it. Is this what can he not do?
The only reason I put him at hooker is because I want his hands on the ball all the time, and he's going to touch it. He's going to have a say on every single
LeBron
play.
calls for the ball. Chris Paul at hooker will give it to him.
Okay, my halfback, Daniel, Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think of that.
Kawhi Leonard is going to be my halfback. I'm just thinking because defense wins championships. My team's going to be defensively immaculate.
Yeah.
Defensively, I mean, one thing Kawhi has is an underrated playmaking game. I think he's going to excel on the footy field. Strong, big frame, big body, can score, and most importantly, which is my main focus of my team, defense.
Yeah, okay. On to the 5'8" now. My 5'8" is none other than Luka Doncic, right?
Yeah.
It's too, obviously this is it's hard to see who would be good at what NBA players would be good at NRL, right? But I think Luka,
has the skill set.
He's got the skill set. He can put the team on his back. He can, LeBron at halfback would obviously be calling the shots, but Luka, a bit of Luka magic out of nowhere would just propel my team.
And he's going to be a running 5'8". Is he going to be a passing 5'8"?
Because LeBron's just going to be making the plays, and Luka's going to be running the ball.
Well, my 5'8", I've got one of the best runners in the league, one of the strongest players, one of the best finishers. I've got Giannis Antetokounmpo.
At 5'8".
Giannis Antetokounmpo at the 5'8" position. He's going to have a run the ball license. Run as much as you want, Giannis. You don't have to pass the ball. Just run. Just run, Giannis. It's like,
I don't think you think about the size.
He's huge.
No, I know.
And
but
defensively,
he's nimble.
He's all right. No one's going to stop him on the line. No one's going to stop him. And he's quick for his size as well. And once again, defensively, impeccable. Impeccable.
Okay. Onto the fullback.
Well, probably one of the most important roles.
There was a couple options. I was thinking maybe Ja Morant.
Yeah.
There's a bit. DeJounte Murray came up in my.
Those names have been thrown around.
But I couldn't think of anyone else. But the Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards.
Are you serious?
Do you have the same?
Yeah.
Oh. Anthony
I thought that was a different pick for me.
So did I, because I thought mine was pretty generic.
Fuck. Okay, we'll go.
Yeah, well, I think Anthony, he's explosive.
Yeah,
he knows what he's doing. He could put a team on his back. He's a shit talker as well. He's a good talker. He'd be a good talker from the back.
Exactly right.
And he can get up high for those bombs he needs to catch. And that's why I picked.
Yeah, well, I had the same thing. Youthful, explosive, loves to chat at the back, and he's very quick as well.
Yeah.
He's extremely quick and explosive, and will tackle for fun. Yeah. All right, Daniel. New segment, key moments. We're going to look, it's like an eye-catching thing, like I mentioned before, eye-catcher of the week, blah, 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 blah. Let's go into it. 2 things that caught our attention, Daniel. All right, first one, big news out of Penrith camp. Serraldo turns down your beloved Tigers, Daniel. He turns down your beloved Tigers. And I've labelled the Tigers, turn down Tiger Town.
I heard this news, I think it came out on Saturday.
Yep.
At the races, and I was copying it. But, I held a brave face. I actually told the boys, we didn't want him.
Well, you did want him. You offered him for 5 years, mate.
Yeah, but,
5-year contract.
Personally, I think he'll stay at Penrith.
Yeah.
I think he'll stay at Penrith because then there's rumours that he'll become the head coach and Cleary soon, like in a couple of years, and Cleary will go to the
general manager position.
General manager role. And to be honest, if he's turning down the Tigers, surely he turns down the Bulldogs.
I don't know.
It'd sting for him to go to the Bulldogs.
I think I'd rather, considering the amount of Penrith talent going there and is already there, I think he'd love to go to the Bulldogs.
Next year they're going to look good too.
But then this makes me think of maybe Freddie can go to the Tigers.
Freddie the Blues coach.
If he's looking for a job, I reckon instead of the Bulldogs, I think he should take up the Tigers job.
But you coaches the Blues job?
No, when doesn't want to coach the Blues anymore. You know how they'll throw in Freddie around for the Bulldogs coach?
Yeah, but I think Freddie will stay at the Blues.
I'd love to see Freddie as an NRL coach.
Him
and Sheensy could be the next big thing. And I think the Tigers need it.
Of course I'd want that, but I don't see it happening, to be honest.
Moving on, Daniel, Matt Burton this week as well announced that he is going to decline his player option and look for more money, basically. He could re-sign for the Bulldogs.
On November 1st? Is that what that
I believe so, this year. Yeah. He could re-sign for the Bulldogs, but just for more money, or he could look elsewhere. Now, Daniel, it's another conspiracy. Last week we talked about is the NRL fixed.
Yeah.
This is another conspiracy here. So with that coming out, Matt McRobert, a punter with the Sam Houston State football team in Texas, said this week that Burton would easily get a start in college football and potentially the NFL as a punter. We all know Burton's bombs. The Burton bomb, it goes up, no chance. Is Burton thinking about maybe moving across the other side of the globe and starting an NFL career and leaving the NRL for good?
No way. It's not a conspiracy. That's a player has said that. What, he thinks Matt Burton's a good kicker. That doesn't mean anything.
I think I'd love to see Burton break the hearts of Bulldogs fans and leave the NRL.
Yeah. It'd be an interesting story, but I don't think it'd happen. I don't think Burton would go to the NFL.
Considering the failures we've had from NRL players joining the NFL.
Holmes. We have had some successes. Jordan Mailata.
Yeah. Coogee Dolphins representative.
Fly. I'm an Eagles fan this year, by the way.
Why?
Because I've been persuaded. Obviously, I change NFL teams every year.
Why?
Because I just pick the winner. I don't really care about the NFL. But this year, I'm a Philadelphia Eagle.
I'm going to stick to my Bengals.
Your Bengals.
Yeah. Fuck. Joe Burrow and all. But yeah, that was the Matt Burton to the NFL. It's a question that has to be answered. I think it's all coming at the right time.
And the answer is no.
But would you like to see Burton in the NFL?
I'd like to see. It'd be entertaining, but I don't think he's even thought about that.
Well,
that's it.
That's
episode 2 in the books.
Episode 2 done. Hit us. We're going to link our Instagram, TikTok,
follow us on Instagram. It's j.d.s with a bunch of underscores.
In the description. This time it wasn't on the description of the last video. So hit us up.
Yeah, follow us. If you're listening on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. YouTube seems to be where most people are watching. Spotify, it's on Spotify too. When you search up Jds Podcast, we actually come up now.
Yeah, true.
But yeah,
every Tuesday. So we'll see you next Tuesday.
Thanks. Yeah,
hit him with the song.
Time.